Hey everybody, it's Toya Tiller and I'm back with another video. This is a trailer prediction video of Tyler Perry's Sister, Season 5, Episode 19. The new episode is titled Truth Hurts. Okay, so we hop into the trailer where we left off with Andy so-called called herself getting on Karen's ASS. Okay. We're going to hop into the first part of the trailer and then we're going to talk about it before we move on. Okay. First of all, Andy. The issue here is not the fact that you have friendships with both of them. That's not the issue. Karen's issue is not because you're friends with Fatima as well as her. The issue here is your loyalty is not as equal to them both. You're not a mutual friend as you should be in a situation like this. Especially if you don't want to get caught in the middle. Like, come on, Andy. So, I need you to stop trying to play victim here and stop trying to make it seem like you did not display information to Fatima that you got from Karen. But it's like you want to give Fatima a heads up, but you didn't want to give Karen a heads up about the picture. Because Karen told you that Zach was on his way to the steam plant. You didn't know why, but for some reason you felt the need to bring it up to Fatima whenever she called you when you was sitting there grinning all up in Robin's face while he was ordering you drinks. So when Fatima hop on the phone and tell you, oh, he's mad about a picture. He said Karen set him up and took a picture of him or something. You did not one time, when you hung up that phone, you started complaining about everybody asking you questions. Everybody questioning you. Then you turn back around to Robin, start back smiling in his face as he's ordering you drinks. Yeah. You did not one time get up out your seats and happy-go-lucky tell Karen that, okay, I found out why Zach is mad. I found out why he's, why he on the way to the steam plant right now. Not saying that it's Andy's fault of why Zach did what he did, because that ain't nobody's fault but Zach's. But what I am saying is that your friendship, well, put it like this. I can see why Karen felt betrayed in that moment. Because it seemed like to me, and I'm sure it seemed like to her, that your loyalty lied deep with Fatima. Like, that's your friend for real. Like, with me, you looking at it like, oh well. But with her, I didn't want to betray her. So let's get it right, Andy. It's not the fact that you friends with both of them. That's not why Karen got a problem with you right now. You need to own up to your shit and get it together. Or else I don't blame Karen for walking the other way. And Fatima needs to think about doing the same. Now, moving on to the next part. One second. Okay. Yeah, sorry about the blurriness of it all. I can't get it to focus in sometimes. So, Zach is begging for Fatima back. He's telling her that he's sorry, that he acted the way he acted. He was just angry, although it didn't give him the reason to react that way, which is what Fatima told him. So it sounds like to me that they're making up, and I hope that they get on the right track of healing so that they can be good for each other. And there won't be so many rocks in the road that are not easy for them to just hop over. It's like they're stopping in their tracks. And it don't supposed to be that way. If y'all really just stop and get to know one another and stop trying to blame everybody else for y'all issues, for y'all rocks in the road, then it will be easier for y'all to just hop over these rocks instead of stopping in your tracks whenever y'all reach these rocks in the road. If I make any sense. But anyway, moving on. Okay. Gary, he on the phone with Hayden, informing Hayden that he can't believe that Andy would do that to him. So what I believe is that, of course, he found out about Andy and Robin's game plan, right? So now he's on the phone with Hayden, pouring out his tears in disbelief that Andy would bite him in the back. Okay, let me talk about Andy and Gary right quick before we move on. Okay. Gary is Andy is asking Gary, why is this so important to you? To take over the law firm, to kick Robin out, like, what's up? Why is this plan so important to you now? Which is what I've been saying. You ain't been trying to take over the law firm. So Gary, he went on and admitted, he was like, because I don't want him close to you. He don't want Robin around. Because he's intimidated by Robin, which he stated that he wasn't a few episodes back. Which we knew that was a lie. We had already knew that though. We had already knew that one. Like, Gary is full of shit, and I've been saying this. So now he want to finally admit that he's doing all of this just to run Robin away because he don't want Robin around Andy. And then he later on finds out that Andy was the one that helped Robin come up with the money. Yeah. So that's what he on the phone hating right now, crying about. Because he feel like Andy done beat him in the back because she helps Robin out, giving him the source to use in order to save his ass. Now, we're going to talk about that a little while later. So, let me hop on to the next part of the trailer. All right. Let me back it up. Okay. So, I'm pretty sure Calvin is giving more recent information, whatever information that he came up with, which is, I believe the information is the fact that bro man fell through. Okay, and we're going to talk about that in a minute too. So, Maurice telling him I mean, Kevin telling Maurice not to get his hopes up though. But Maurice saying, look, what do you mean wait? Don't get my hopes up. Like I can't do nothing else in jail but wait. And instead of trying to make jokes and whatnot. And then we see Sabrina over there sniffing Danny's bed down as if she's a dog. Because she smelled the scent of Q. All over them sheets. Sabrina just knew that they wasn't prison. She just knew it. I mean, she probably still remembers the way Q smelled anyway, just off the fact of that fight that she had with him, that tussle that she had with him. You know, ain't no telling. He probably got that certain scent. You know, some people just got that specific scent about themselves, what she probably remembered. And so she was like, who is that? Because she just knew. She knew it had to be somebody other than Preston. Because I'm sure she have never asked that question before. And I'm pretty sure she smelled lots of sex in the air coming from Danny and Preston when she walked into their studio apartment. But she never asked that question before. And now all of a sudden she's asking, who is this? This gotta be a different scene. And so Danny giving her the stank face. Because she's busted. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, where you been? Yes, okay. She been over there with Q. And I can't believe she did that one. Like, girl, the moment you find out that he is the reason why all of this is happening between Sabrina and Maurice, like he was the reason why Sabrina ain't got no job. Okay? Like, come on now. When she find all of that out, I just wonder what the reaction is going to be. And then again, who knows? She probably didn't have sex with Q. Q probably just laid up in her bed, you know, and she played hard to get all night. But he left his scent. I hope that's what happened. I hate that she even let him come over. But, I mean, since we can't take that part back, I at least hope that she didn't let him go all the way. Because goodness gracious, Danny, like, ooh. Please, go get you some help. So now, moving on to the next part of the trailer. Like I said, I don't have any footage of this part, but I do want to talk about it. So, like I said, Gary tells Hayden that Robin got a loan from a gangster. I'm like, okay, we noticed that this gangster is not Madam, okay? Because this gangster is some so-called guy that Andy had business with. Something happened with them. I forgot. But somehow Andy know, and Andy put him on to Robin. Some guy that does loans. Anyways, he's some so-called gangster. Let Gary tell it. So Hayden, he like, what? You know, he's not. First of all, Hayden, he ain't even here right now. He's still in the bed with Tamara. Like, he still ain't even got up and went home. And that girl been begging him to go home 2 episodes ago. Okay. So Gary, Hayden, he ain't really trying to hear what Gary talking about, and neither do he care right now. That's another reason why I do believe that Gary is not that many steps ahead of Robin like he think he is. Because I know I said that with Robin giving Gary the information about the money, it put Gary 5 steps ahead of him. But with hating laying over there in the bed with Tamara and Gary really can't do nothing without hating, nah, I think that Robin gonna be straight. I think he's gonna be pretty straight because I don't even think Hayden is gonna make it in time to do anything. And honestly, Robin could just be telling Gary something. He probably don't have the money in the business account. He could just be want him to bleed it. Who knows? Robin just might be as cunning and conniving as Gary is. And I forgot to mention, for Andy to even say that should really let her know that she should run for the hills. You know, because that's very much telling. For you to be able to tell someone else that the guy that you're dealing with and in love with, and you might as well say sharing a home with, because he got a key, he has full access, he can come and go. So a guy that you're also sharing a home with, you know that he's conniving and you know that he's a con, but yet still you're fiddling around with him. I just don't get it. I truly don't. So anyways, then Gary goes to confront Andy after he finds out the information. So Andy, she let him know straight up, look, you ain't the only one that can make happen, okay? You're not the only one that can make moves, honey boo boo. Like, open your eyes here. I've learned from the best, okay? How long have Andy been with been with Gary? How long have Andy been with this con and conniving man? I'm sure she have taken many good notes. So yeah, you ain't the only one that can make moves at this point, Gary. 2 can play that game. Maybe even 3. And that's what Andy had to let him know. She had to let him, she had to show that. Okay, so now Gary asking her, he was like, so you played me? Andy said, well, that's when she said, you're not the only one that can make moves. Okay, so now we see Fatima. She's still trying to keep calm, telling Karen, Karen, I'm standing here as calm as I can be. Like, I don't know why Fatima think that she's so intimidating, but sorry, you're not. The only person you're probably intimidating is Zachary Taylor. But anyways, she wants to let Karen know that, basically, if you don't talk now, it's about to be hell to pay. Because I'm standing here as calm as I can be. That's how I would have took it. I would have took it as fighting words. I'm sorry. So, Fatima really need to work on how she come at people. Her and Zach, if you ask me. So anyways, Karen, she said, good. I hugged and kissed the father of my child. Which I wish that you would not have done that. I wish that you would have let him just go on by his business. Or at least give him that hug and a kiss, like I said once before. At least give him that hug and a kiss inside the office where y'all was alone. Where it couldn't be a bunch of he say, she say, and, making things look more than what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just, come on now. This is a messy hair salon that is ran by Pam. Okay? I can't even say Karen. And y'all know how Pam is. Even though she wasn't even behind the picture, but I'm just saying. Yeah, if Pam the way she is, think about the rest of these hairstylists. Y'all. Ain't no telling, because I'm starting to think that Angela ass was somewhere behind this picture. That's what I'm starting to believe. That her ass was somewhere in the cut, ready to get some shit started. Anyways, So she letting Fatima know that she hugged and kissed the father of her child. Now, the way I feel about that, like I said, I wish that she would not did that. Because, I mean, I'm gonna put it like this. I would not have did that. Because like I said, I'm gonna respect the fact that this is somebody else's man now. Regardless if it is the father of my child. Because for one, we don't even know that for sure yet. I mean, we do, considering the dates. But at the same time, we don't have the DNA. And I mean, I can understand either way go, the history lies there regardless. So, I mean, if you feel like you want to hug and kiss him, do you. But like I said, I would not have made that move considering the fact that he have already moved on. And I don't want to disrespect it. Because I won't want nothing disrespecting me. So, that's just that on that. But Karen, she feel like she have a point. She feel like, hey, that's the father of my child. I can hug and kiss him if I want to. Who are you to tell me not to? When he was mine before he was yours. So, that's just that on that. And Fatima, she really not feeling it at all. So, y'all, I'm pretty sure it's going to be some more shit to break up in the penthouse tomorrow. We gonna see. Now, back at Zach's place, he's still begging for Fatima. It look like it's the next day because she have on a different outfit. And I'm guessing that she's talking about going to, stay somewhere else for a while until things cool off or until he really figure out where he want to be. Ain't no telling what the conversation is. But Zach feel the need to beg for her to stay, not to leave. Because he was saying, like, none of this is going to work if you're not here with me. Like, I need you here with me. Like, y'all, I hope they get it together. Now, we see bro man, he come back over. It looked like he considering on giving Sabrina the $1.5 million. Even though he had to let her know that, look, that is a lot of money. I don't know why my camera is getting blurry on me. Okay, that's bad. But he had to let her know, look, Sabrina, that is a lot of money, but hey, it sounds like he considering on giving it up. Because on the next scene, we see Calvin asking Sabrina with a little jealous attitude, little jelly energy, talking about, so what you had to do for it? What? Like, what are you trying to insinuate here? What do you mean, what did I have to do for it? Excuse me, but I'm not Peggy, okay? This ain't that, okay? This ain't one of y'all little fetishes. This ain't how y'all get down. That's what I would have told him if I was Sabrina. Okay? Now, Calvin, he seems like he's jealous because bro man got a lot of money and he's considering on helping Sabrina. Like, bro, you should be thankful that somebody is considering to come up with the money because you can't. Truth be told. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to throw shade. But I feel like you need to sit back and relax and just let bro man help out. Because, Calvin, honestly, you should feel part guilty of these. Being that you and Maurice both agreed to let Q move into the house with y'all in order for any of this to happen. So I just feel like you do need to fall back and let bro man help out. Chill out. Cause remember, Calvin, y'all ain't together. You and Sabrina ain't together. Remember when she caught you with Peggy doing y'all little fetish do? Yeah. Remember, y'all ain't together. So keep singing that same song whenever she wanna do her and receive help from whoever is willing to help her. Because all you have is $20,000. Okay? Now, moving on. Now Kevin on the phone with Maurice. Letting Maurice know, I'm guessing he putting Maurice up on the fact that, okay, we got you some help. So, now we see Danny on the phone with Preston. And it looked like she crying or I don't know. She's having a breakdown. I don't know. All I know is she needs to stop playing with that man. Excuse me. My email's coming through. All I know is she needs to stop playing with that man. For real. Because it ain't right then. It's not. Although, Preston, you can say he was playing with you. Because nobody knew about Mindy. Where she come from? How long she been around? You know, why is Danny just not finding out about her? And then she finding out about her as soon as you get ready to ask her hand in marriage? What? So, you know, we can say the same about Preston. That he was playing around too. But if Danny picked up her phone and called Preston, just to do this whole back and forth and ain't getting nowhere thing, I feel like you need to stop playing with that man at this point. Let him go on. He left that night. You called Q. And I hope y'all didn't do the do. But either way, you called Q. And you let Preston go on by his business, so let him go on. Let him go on. Now, if he called you, then I can understand why you on the phone breathing hard, about to cry and having these type of facial expressions. But other than that, please leave that man alone. Let him go back to Mindy, if that's what he say he gonna do. So now Andy, she's yelling at Karen, talking about, I have always had your back. And Karen said, no, you haven't. Now, lately I can say, Andy, you have not had her back. And even before lately, I can also say that, coming to think about it, because I've always thought that you was never as receiving to Karen as you have been with Fatima. Considering Zach. Like, I don't know if you're that friend that just want to let Fatima know everything that she want to hear just to make her feel good. But why aren't you the same way with Karen? Because with Karen, like I said, although her and Zach was not good for one another, but you had nothing good to say about Zach at all. You was able to point out all of his flaws when it came down to Karen with him. But when it come down to Fatima with him, you zip mouth closed. You feel like Zach is a good guy. Listen, do not let Karen come in between y'all. Do not let Karen make you believe that he is not the good man that he is. Like, what? When did that come into play? Because you didn't have the same energy whenever he was Karen's man. You wasn't rooting her relationship on the way you're rooting Fatima and Zach on. And I understand it's a difference. Because Zach and Karen have different history than Zach and Fatima. Things have been more on the up and up over there with Zach and Fatima. Things were kind of too down low over there with Zach and Karen. I get it. But don't forget, Andy, he's still the same man. Okay? They still have them same issues that need to be fixed. Matter of fact, them same issues that you was able to call out, Andy, on a few earlier on in the seasons. Whenever y'all was riding in the car. Matter of fact, I forgot, I think it was whenever that lawyer guy that was working with Jasmine, he had tried to SA in the parking lot. And he had, rough handled you and everything. Gary came through and beat him up. All that good stuff. And then next thing you know, y'all had to go put a statement into the police departments. So Zach had rolled with you and Karen, Andy. And that night you had read Zach down. You read Karen down too. You read their whole relationship down. So I don't know. I need the same energy from you towards Fatima. You know. And that's just how I see it, because Andy, like, you so flip floppy. You're very much flip floppy. To the point where I do understand why Karen feel the way that she does. So we'll see what happens on tomorrow night. Those were my predictions of what I think is gonna happen. And I'll be back with more videos. Until then, thank y'all for watching. This is your girl Toya Tilly. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. Also, hit that notification bell button so you know when I come through with more videos. Until next time, I hope y'all have a good night.